So hello ladies, welcome to my channel, Polished After 60. And today I thought I would do a review or a try on of a new makeup that I purchased. It's from It Cosmetics. I just got it in the mail yesterday. Let me read exactly what the packaging says. It came all packed up nice and neat. And it is the Your Skin But Better foundation and skincare, it says. So it says it's a water light, medium cover, natural, radiant finish. I'm not sure what that means. I'm having a problem right now where a lot of the makeup brands that I'm using seem to have a dewy look, and they say that for women that are our age that it's a nice look, that it makes us look more glowy and more radiant, I guess. But I find that for me it tends to make me look a little bit oily. I know that I have some I have a lot of foundations, to be honest with you, because I use different ones for different purposes. I have my everyday foundations that I wear. With It foundations, it's kind of a hit or miss for me. They had two foundations that I had purchased through QVC, and I had put them on auto delivery, and to my sadness, they discontinued the products, and I love them, but I wasn't able to get them anymore. I think one of them was called Confidence in a Cream, and I don't remember what the other one was, but they stopped making them, so I need to find something else. Right now I'm using the Tarte, I think it's called Tarte Radiance. Let me reach over. Tarte Foundsealer, it's what it's called. And my situation is that a lot of the foundations that I get, although when I first get them, they look like they might be a good match for me, they tend to have a lot of yellow undertones, and my skin has a lot of pink to it. So it's never a correct match for me. And so I keep hunting for the best foundation out there. So we'll see if this one is going to be good or not. I've never done a video where I do foundation in front of you guys. So let's see if this works. And let me go ahead and get started. Now, I already prepped my skin. I just took a shower. I exfoliated a little bit with the Philosophy exfoliator that I use, and sometimes I also use the rice powder by Tasha. That's a great exfoliator. It's very gentle on the skin, and I try to use that 2 or 3 times a week to try to promote better skin regeneration. So that's what I do. But I already prepped my skin with Stilla concealer that has it has some color correcting elements to it, and I am not sure how this is going to work with this foundation, so we'll see. Also, this foundation came with a brush. So here's the brush. The foundation cost me $39, and the brush is okay. The brush was a little bit hard to open for me, but anyway, I think I have it opened. It is the Skin Smoothing Complexion number 704, and it came with the foundation. The foundation was $39.99, and I also got some free samples. Bye Bye Under Eye Cream, Confidence in Your Beauty Sleep, so it's a beauty mask, I believe, and then the Confidence in a Cream sample. I've used the Confidence in a Cream. It tends to be a little bit of oily for me, but I do like to use a nice mask at night sometimes because I do tend to be a little bit dry. Currently I'm using a Peter Roth moisturizer, and it's a gel, but it goes on so smooth and so nice. It's a little bit heavier consistency. I'll link down the description box what it's actually called. I don't use it all the time. It's a little bit heavy, but when I see that my skin is starting to get a little bit dry, I go ahead and put it on at night after my nightly routine. And in the morning, I find that my skin is nice and smooth. So I'll give you information pertaining to that. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and get started with this foundation. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and shake it. And normally what I do is I just pump 1 or 2. It does come with a pump. And let me see what the color is. It's called Medium Nuetral 31. Now it has a pretty cool feature. If you go online and upload a picture of yourself, they do a color match for you. Again, I said sometimes I have problems matching my color because I do have pink undertones, but let's see if this concealer or foundation does the trick for me. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Let's take these glasses off. And of course I have to prime the pump. It is a little bit watery. I don't know if you can see. Normally what I do is I apply it to my face where I need the coverage. I also apply it to my eyelids. I don't know if you do. I remember having someone come over from what is it called, Mary Kay, and they thought it was so funny that I put foundation on my eyelids, but that's something that I've always done. So okay, I'm going to use a little mirror that I have. Nope, if I do that you won't be able to see. Okay, let's see. I will just go ahead and put it on my skin and then check in my mirror. It seems to be going on smooth. I'm not sure about the coverage. I'm not sure about the color, but we'll see. Now, I don't know, ladies, how many of you out there have pets? I have 2 dogs. My Maggie, who has been with me and saved my life, I say, about 14 years ago. She got in front of my car. Someone had dumped her and wouldn't let me leave. And so I had to pick her up and take her home. It was during my working days, so got to work a little bit late, but they understood. And then I got a little companion for her. I lived in Colorado, and I had an illness, and I was going to the doctors quite frequently, and I thought that she needed a companion. So that's my Zoe. Maggie is a Beagle mix, and Zoe is an Aussie Shepherd who likes to bark all the time. So hold on, let me check. Okay, actually I think it looks pretty good. I'm okay. It is light coverage like they say, so I'm gonna try to build it up on my cheeks because they tend to be a little pink. Now, if you're like me, I always take my my foundation and brush it onto my ears, down my neck. I have to be careful because I have, as you can tell, I have some white hair. And if I'm not careful, I can put foundation on it without meaning to. So let me take another look. It looks it looks good. So let's go ahead and put on the rest of my foundation, and maybe I'll have to do a little bit of touch up, we'll see. So I don't know about you, I love makeup, first of all, and I love skincare, but as I've begun to age, I can't wear makeup the way I used to. I think we have to be careful in the colors that we choose and the different palettes that we use, because sometimes when we look at ourselves, all you see is the makeup. And I don't think that's what we strive to achieve for. I think we want to look natural. We want to wear the foundation and the makeup that we use. We don't want the makeup to wear us. So I've found that I have a lighter hand with makeup. The colors that I choose are usually very natural colors. If I'm going out for an occasion, well, I'll glam up the eyes a little bit, but generally I try to downplay it a little bit because I don't want to accentuate the lines and wrinkles that I have, right? And if I go heavy on the eyes, then you're going to be looking at my eyes and seeing the wrinkles that I do have. So that's my philosophy anyway. And of course, everyone can choose whatever is best suited for them. But for me, I like to go towards a more natural look. And if I have to, if I'm going to an evening event, a wedding, then I'll go ahead and add a little bit more, but just a little bit. So, excuse me, I should have put these items right in front of me, but I didn't. I have an IT Cosmetics palette, which is called Naturally Pretty. I've had it for a while. You'll see that a lot of colors have hit pan because those are the colors that I like the most. But this is the one that I tend to reach for. And then I have a Maybelline palette that is a daily palette that I use, and it's called the Blush Nudes by Maybelline, and it's got really pretty soft colors. It does have some deeper colors that you can work with, and I do on occasion wear those. So, but they're pinks and nudes, which I think are very flattering, at least for my skin tone. So I'm gonna do a full face just to see how the makeup works with everything else. So let's go ahead and start off. I don't have my mascara. Okay, so I do my makeup a little bit differently than other people. I put on my foundation and then I start on the eyes, but I put my mascara on before I put my eyeshadow. I know it's weird. I never have any fallout. I don't usually get smearing. So that's just the way that I do it. So this is a Mally mascara. What is it called? Hold on. It's called More is More Mascara Volumizer. I think we all have to watch our mascaras because sometimes they go on clumpy, and we don't want that, right? We want it to look nice and natural. So again, I'm going to use my little mirror to apply. I usually apply one coat. See how it looks. I don't like it to be clumpy, and I found that this mascara does pretty well. The makeup seems to have done well with the primer that I use, the Stilla primer that I use, and that sometimes is a problem for us because if we don't use the correct primer, sometimes what ends up happening is that it starts rolling, the makeup starts to roll a little bit. So, all right, so there you go, there's the mascara. I'm gonna go ahead, I have a IT Cosmetics brush that I use. It has a nice fluffy side on one side, and then you can define the eye makeup a little bit more with this stiffer brush. So I'm gonna go in with the Sheer Joy. It's a beige color, very neutral. And I will apply that to my eyelids. All along the eyelid and almost to the top. So that's what I do, and then I go in with a deeper color. This one is called Soft Light. It's this beigey color that's here on the palette. And I go ahead and use that on the crease. And I really try to, I smudge it a little bit at the edge of the eye, but I really work to soften the edges so there's no harsh lines. And I check and double check. Let me see in my mirror. Usually that's all I do. I usually put a lighter color on the lid and then I go in with a darker color. And this is a daytime look. So I put a darker color in the crease, and then normally what I do to brighten up the eye is I go in at the corner and put in a light shade. So, yep, that works. So then I go in and I work on my eyebrows. Now I'm having a heck of a problem with my eyebrows, finding some products that I like. Sometimes I see that we ladies darken our eyebrows a lot. And although we need eyebrows to create symmetry, we need to be careful that those eyebrows look natural, because sometimes they don't. Sometimes they are so darkened that all you see is the eyebrow. So I've been looking for a product, and I found on the internet, on Amazon, these neat little. I used to get eyebrow liners that were like the felt tip. And I, years ago, would go in and use that to apply my eyebrow pencil or my eyebrows on. And I couldn't find the brand that I used. They stopped making it or something. And so I had tried the It Cosmetics. And like I said, sometimes it's a little bit, although it's meant to be universal, it's supposed to be a universal color based on the amount of pressure that you use. No matter what the pressure that I used, it was too dark for me, and I felt like I looked like a clown, you know, those drawn in things on top of our eyebrows, and I don't like that look. So, okay, let's go ahead. The first thing I do is to brush my eyebrows with a little spoolie just to get things to lie down. And I'm probably going to have to go off camera to do this because I can't really, I can't see very well what I'm doing. So I'll be back as soon as I apply the eyebrows. Okay, so I'm back. I've done my eyebrows. I think they look okay. I also added another layer of mascara. And something that I do too is the waterline. I use eyeliner at the waterline So I don't really use eyeliner during the day. If I'm going on a special occasion, I may use a little bit of like a dark brown or charcoal colored eyeliner, or even I even use the oh my gosh, the eyeshadow. I'll use some eyeshadow and I'll pick up some of the brown tones or some of the gray tones, and I'll just pat it along the edge of my lashes. But that's usually when I'm going out. So it's not something that I would do for a day-to-day look. All right, so onto my lips. I have a Laura Geller eyeliner, or lip liner that I use, and it's in the color Chianti. So I line the lips. I line my lips. And then I bring the color down into the lips. I may use something a little bit darker when I go out at night, but again, this is a daytime look, so. I know I do things kind of out of order. I know that you've seen makeup artists that do things in a particular way. I'm the opposite. I just normally do my foundation, my eyes, my lipstick, and then I'll go ahead and do some contouring and my blush. Okay, so that's just the way I do it. I know it's kind of weird. I will be talking about choosing your perfect nude lipstick. And a nude lipstick is different for everybody, depending on your skin tone. They say that the best way to choose a nude lip is to actually look at the inside of your lip and try to choose something that matches that, and normally that is a good match. So that is what I've done. This color is called, what is this color called? Hold on. I bought this online. It's called Royal Plum, HLM07. It's a matte lipstick, and it's by Palladio. I bought that on Zulily. I find a lot of things on Zulily, especially now when we're having to do our shopping, a lot of our shopping online. So that's what I'm using now. I know it looks dark. But I found this to be the best color for me. So this is what I use. Let me take a quick look. Yep, it's a matte, and sometimes what I do is I'll go ahead and add some a gloss to it, a nude gloss to it, to make it stand out a little bit more. Okay, so on to the contour and the blush. I use a Too Faced palette in Milk Chocolate. This is the color. It's nice and light, and I just have a little brush that it came with. I like the way it's shaped because I can get in there and contour. And I go light on the contouring because otherwise it doesn't look very natural, right? We don't want streaks. We don't want streaks down our face. And normally what I do at the end when I put all my makeup on, I also put a little bit under. Bring it down, and sometimes I rub it across the forehead. I have to be careful though, because my hair is white. Like I'm sure many of you ladies may have white hair, or maybe you may be growing your natural hair out, which is what I started to do about 1.5 years ago. I got tired of dyeing my hair. All the chemicals were causing my hair to be very dry, brittle, and I didn't think it was that healthy for my hair anymore. So I stopped using, I just stopped. And I find that I like my hair much better now. I think it gives me a little bit of a different look, so I'm very pleased. I think I was rambling a little while ago about my dogs. They follow me everywhere. I have Maggie here on the floor next to me. She's sitting down, just waiting for me to finish, wondering what the heck I'm doing. Okay, my blush is by NARS, and it's in the color Orgasm, which I think is one of their top colors. And I just pat it in, trying not to go too dark, and I will blend it out at the end. And sometimes I use my blush as a little bit of eyeshadow, and it tends, depending on the blush that I'm using, if it's a lighter blush, I can add a little bit to the crease. On days that I just want to be very natural, I add a little bit to the crease and I put my my blush on, and it gives me a nice look, I think. So there you go. All right, let me see, oops, excuse me. Let me see what's going on here. I just dropped something, I know you heard it. Hold on. I don't want to look like a clown, so I'm kind of happy with that. And what else? Oh, I don't know about you guys. I know I mentioned that the look is to be glowy. I rather have a matte look, but sometimes I will put on highlighter on the high points of my cheekbones, and that's what I'm going to be doing. This is Becca, and it's in the color Opal. And I will just go in with my fingertips. Put a little bit of highlight powder. I do have some drops that I use that is by Josie Marin, and that is beautiful. It's in the color, I think it's in the color Moonstone, and that has a more of a white cast, like a little platinum cast to it. But it's very pretty. It's very soft and it's very pretty, and I use that sometimes. So let me take a look and see the finished product, if you will. I think I'm happy. I'm just going to go off camera for a second and put a little bit of gloss on because the lipstick is a little bit too matte. So hold on just a second, guys. All right. Here we go. This is by Doll 10. They have a nude collection of 3 colors. They're a little bit too light for me, but sometimes I wear them if I'm just in the house and not doing much. So, but it has a combination. It has the lipstick at one end and then the gloss on the other. And although I like the color, that Royal Plum that I'm using by Palladio, it is very matte. So I usually add a coat of gloss to it. So here we go. This is the finished look. Overall, I think it's good. It is a light to medium coverage. I probably wouldn't use this makeup if I were going to an event where I want a more flawless finish. This is light coverage, lets your skin shine through. I have a little bit of redness on my cheeks, and I have a little bit of darkness in the under eye area. I don't typically use concealer under my eyes because I find that it tends to crease and it doesn't look natural. I haven't been able to yet find a concealer that I think looks natural, and that for me is my main objective, to, as I said before, wear the makeup and not let the makeup wear me. I want to look as natural as I possibly can, as polished as I possibly can, with just a minimum of things. So if you like this video, please consider subscribing to my channel, Polished After 60. I will be doing all sorts of videos concerning topics for the mature lady. I am 64, and I've come across all kinds of things that I would like to talk to you about. Makeup, fashion, beauty, travel, life tips, just things that that we as women go through all our years, and it just makes us wise, right? I'm not saying I'm wise, but I just would like to share some of the things and some of my opinions that may help you, or they might not. So thank you again for watching this this video. I appreciate it, and I appreciate the community that I hope to build with you guys. So thanks from my bathroom, or goodbye from my bathroom, and we'll be doing other videos soon. So I hope you have a wonderful day. Yvette from Polished After 60, wishing you a lot of blessings. Thank you.